It was nothing like I had ever experienced before. You saw just undescribable amounts of destruction.
The whole world watched as the deadliest typhoon in modern Philippine history rushed ashore in early November last year. And on the island of Leyte, living among the people, were hundreds of missionaries, elders and sisters, whose lives were very quickly threatened by the dangerous storm.
We saw the water rising up the side of the house. I had never seen a flood before in my life.
These missionaries, evacuated here to Manila for a time, were actually laboring in the Tacloban mission and escaped with their lives, holding on to anything they could, including one another.
For those that were really struggling, I think it was the first time that they finally relaxed and had that hope that they were going to make it.
When you consider the sheer intensity of Typhoon Haiyan, actually finding more than 200 missionaries scattered throughout this ravaged land seemed like an impossible task for the church leaders and members who love them.
Sister Andrea, nice to see you. They had become, for a moment, part of my flock and part of the flock of other people that were trying desperately to make contact with them.
This whole operation, everybody was guided into finding missionaries. There have been some miraculous stories of just things that happened at certain times that if they'd happened a bit later, things would have been missed. So yes, it was a guided operation, definitely.
My heart was aching for these parents who didn't know where their children were. And every time we would find one, we were immediately on the phone with those parents to say, we've got another one.
Here at the Missionary Training Center across the street from the Manila Temple, the facility served as a gathering place of safety for missionaries who were relocated. Many missionaries found themselves with just the clothes on their backs. Elders and sisters in neighboring missions heard about their losses and began donating supplies.
Shoes, dresses, shirts, t-shirts, gym clothes, regular clothes, anything. After seeing the destruction in Tacloban, you didn't really, the clothes that you had on your back were enough. And so to get here and to have people selflessly donating, giving me the clothes off of their back because they knew I didn't have any was just overwhelming.
For members and friends of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints who survived the destructive path of Typhoon Haiyan in the central Philippines, they have weathered the biggest storm of their lives and under the watchful eyes and caring hands of their local church leader, Ricardo Aban.
We had not anticipated this storm surge. The number one priority for me was the safety. Second was to store food enough for us to last if the typhoon will be worse.
Ricardo Aban is a local leader in the church, ministering to more than 4,300 church members, serving the needs of 8 Latter-day Saint congregations in the Tacloban, Philippines area. He's a shepherd in the very Christian sense of the word.
I have a responsibility to a larger family more than my family, more than my own. I have a huge family in the state.
Those who did not survive the typhoon include Latter-day Saints. Church member Dexter Bendoy lost 8 of his family members.
One of the saddest things that happened to us were the casualties. That is so heavy for us, especially the leaders. What we could offer for them is just a comfort.
One Latter-day Saint family helped save nearly 30 people. Most of them were children. And when their safety could be assured, some LDS chapels were converted to makeshift medical centers to treat the wounded. In this period of humanitarian urgency, the church opened its sturdy chapels and surrounding grounds to provide care and shelter. At this chapel in Ormoc, the church partnered with groups like Charity Vision, where they initiate the flow of medical supplies, set up treatment centers, and with their medical skills, see to the well-being of those in need.
The structure that the church provides is a tremendous network into accessing people, getting the public to know that we're here, and then providing the care and follow-up that's necessary.
The idea is let's get pharmaceuticals in place, start giving it to the people, because right now the hospitals are empty. Nobody has anything that they can use, and so the church is allowing us to really replenish basically the local infrastructure.
A disaster on this scale robs people of many things. But in the case of these Filipinos, not their desire to live by faith and to gather in a place of protection and aid.
We need to stand in holy place, and the holy place is the chapels, the meeting houses, and we need to stick together because there is strength in numbers. And if we go stick together, I believe that we are safe, whatever calamity it may be.
And now, after weeks living away from Tacloban, 26 missionaries have returned from temporary assignments in other parts of the Philippines, coming back to the island of Leyte to serve again in the southern regions that were once in a state of complete turmoil and carry the message of Christ to lift up the downtrodden.
I'm so excited. I'm just excited to be here, excited to be back. It was really hard. It was really hard making the transition, moving to another area. I just wanted to be here helping the people.
Presiding Bishop Gary E. Stevenson joined up with the returning missionaries in late January to see firsthand how the recovery is coming along.
It's devastating to see. We're now a couple of months since the event, but there's still so much that has to be done and so many people that don't have a place to lay down at night.